Hello and welcome back as we take on the Unravelled. This boss fight's going to start with a couple of ads. This should be no trouble. It's just one floaty guy, and then it's got one of these, I would call them bolo people, and then another flying guy with his head wrapped. They go down pretty quick, so nothing to really talk about there. I do throw a tool here out to start the fight. That is because you can damage this boss before the roar at the beginning. And that tool just lets you get multiple hits in. But if you want to just kind of position yourself there and swing your nail and get that free hit in, go for it. Otherwise, this fight, I've seen people crashing out about this fight online, and it might just be because the game is new, but I actually think this is one of the easier fights in the game once you get kind of the movements down. Basically, phase one, this guy only has 2 attacks. He is going to come across the screen like that. And I will say there is nothing wonky about that. You can easily jump over it. His hitbox is normal in the front. There is a slope to the hitbox in the back, so just make sure you're landing a little bit further back just to be safe like that, and then you can turn around and get for some free hits in. And then the second one is he will stand at one end of the arena and shoot out balls. One will go high, one will go low. Which order that happens, who knows? I suggest just keeping your distance. If you stay on the other side of the arena, it gives you maximum time to react to that. And if you follow that, there's really no reason to ever get hit during that first phase. Then you're going to get a couple of more ads. These are fine. I don't like to hit the bolo guys while they're spinning, just because you're risking whether or not you're going to get hit. But they stop spinning pretty quickly. You can just whack them there. Going into phase 2, you're going to start to see these spears coming out of the ground. Basically, beam of light will come up, second and a half later, spear will come up, a couple seconds later, spear's going to come down wherever you were standing when you get that first like chink audio cue. So as long as you just keep moving, you're not going to get hit by the spears. As long as you keep moving, as long as you don't dash into them like I do a couple of times in this fight. But that's fine. You got plenty of opportunities to heal throughout this fight. So nothing really to worry about there. But as you can see, I'm just walking around and none of the spears are really hitting me doing that. There will be times where he'll pop up. You'll have a chance to hit him, and then you'll see the light come up from the ground like a spear's about to come. You do have time to get a hit in there before just kind of moving away. I don't even think you need to dash away for that spear coming out of the ground to not hit you. So when you see that, don't panic. Just get your hit in and get to safety. But these spears are just going to keep coming. He'll eventually erupt, or intermittently erupt out of the center like that with spears coming around on the edges. You can just stand next to him. It's free hits. So that's really all there is to this fight. It's pretty simple. There's me getting hit by a spear time number 2. But the attacks don't even change. This is literally the same thing as like first phase, just with extra steps, and that extra step is literally take a couple steps to the left or the right to avoid a spear. So not too difficult. And you've got time to heal if you don't have anything that improves your healing. I would say save it for when the ads are going to come out, or when you know you're going to be safe from spears. If you have a item that allows you to heal faster, there's a bunch of different parts in this fight where you can squeeze a heal in, and it's pretty safe in between most of these attacks. You see me here using my tools. Always recommend you use your tools for your boss fights. I happen to like these ones in particular for this fight. I know I use them in basically every video. But that's just because they're able to get in multiple hits. But use whatever tool of preference you like. It's just extra damage. I don't think tools are necessary for this fight at all, because the bosses and movements are so basic. But as always, you already know what I'm gonna say. If you need to watch the video a few times just to really get the patterns of this guy's movement down, go for it. If you find this useful, go ahead, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more content, and then let me know in the comments down below what you would like to see next. But right there is the end of the fight. That's the Unravelled going down. There's nothing really tricky about it. The fight doesn't really change that much in between phases, other than just some slow spears start coming down, and And that's it. I will see you next time.